Today I've made one of the most difficult decisions that I've ever had to make, and I've announced to my party room colleagues that I'm resigning as Parliamentary Leader of the Australian Greens. It's been a huge honour and a privilege to do this job. It's been the greatest honour of my life to be able to lead a movement that is committed to all of the things that I believe so deeply in. I'm so grateful to have had the support of a fantastic parliamentary team. I'm so grateful to have had the support of thousands of members and volunteers, supporters, who believe in everything that we're fighting for. Look, lots of small things about this job that are sometimes frustrating and annoying, but the bottom line is it's a tough and demanding job. And my boys are 9 and 11. I want to be present in their lives. My wife has been a huge support for me in my career. I want to be able to support her in her career. I leave the party knowing that we are the only party that has been consistent in acknowledging the climate crisis we're in and has the only serious policy response to the climate emergency. I leave the party in good shape. We achieved our second best ever election result at the last election. If we just repeat that result, we'll elect 3 new senators and have a shot at balance of power. I think we're going to do better than that. I think what you're seeing is right across the community, people acknowledging that it's the Greens who are the only party serious about the climate crisis. It's a tough and demanding job. It's a job that obviously it takes not just a personal toll, but a toll on your family. And look, my boys are 9 and 11. In a few years' time, they're probably not going to want to know their old man. They're going to be, at the moment, they still think he's okay. And I just want to be more present in their lives. It's the bottom line. I leave knowing that I've had such tremendous support from all of my parliamentary colleagues. I want to thank them. I want to thank Adam and Larissa for being there for me every moment. I want to thank every single one of our MPs who have been so positive and encouraging and understanding of this decision. What we know is that we have as a nation just endured one of the most horrific events in the nation's history. This is now an opportunity for a new leader to step up at a time when the nation's focus is on this place and to really demonstrate that we are a party brimming with talent where a new leader can stamp their authority over a government that has been just catastrophic in their failures to respond to this horrendous crisis. I want to say to all of our members and supporters, I know this comes as a shock. It has been one of the most difficult decisions of my life, but the time is right. It's right for me and for the boys and for Lucy. It's time. I think that the time's right for the Greens. Rejuvenation and renewal is very important in politics. Our movement is bigger than one person. A movement that relies on one person isn't a movement. We are bigger than one person. We have so many people, millions of Australians who care deeply about all of the things that we're fighting for, and they'll continue to see the Greens fight hard in our parliament and be their voice in our parliament. I don't know what comes next for me. As I said, there'll be a bit more time with the family. I'll continue to be active in Greens politics. I'll continue to fight for action on the climate crisis, tackling inequality, justice for First Nations people. There are so many things I'm very passionate about. I know I won't be out there following that well-worn path of former pollies who go out there and spruik for the gambling industry or for the banks or for the fossil fuel lobby. And again, I just want to say to each and every one of our supporters, thank you for all of the faith and trust you've shown in me. And you'll see the Greens continue to go from strength to strength and take the fight right up to the Morrison government. Happy to take a few questions.
Why now?
It's just the right time. I think, look, I had some of you will know I had major surgery at the end of last year. That's pretty good for your perspective. It took a bit out of me. And when I came to the view that I wasn't going to contest the next election, I mean, if I was to contest the next election, I'm really committing to at least another 4 or 5 years in the gig, and I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that to my family. And so when I think you come to that decision, it's incumbent on you to hand on to the next generation of Greens leaders. And you just look at what's happened in this place. I've been in this gig, 10 years? I've seen half a dozen Prime Ministers come and go. I've seen political chaos and turmoil all around us. We've had our challenges, but we have been the most stable and enduring political force in our parliament, and we're growing. We're going from strength to strength, and I feel very confident in the future for the Greens. Sorry?
Who are you hoping will replace you?
Well, that's going to be a decision for the party room. It's probably worth me just letting you know what the process looks like. There'll be a party room ballot. Our party room will stipulate that we have a party room ballot in 24 hours. So we expect that there'll be a ballot or potentially a consensus decision, depending on who nominates, tomorrow morning. So we'll let that process play out. As for me personally, look, I just see former leaders who hang around the parliament like a bad smell, and I think, what the hell are you doing there? You know, I can't believe that we have some of these jokers hanging around causing problems for future leaders. I think the best thing you can do once you've made a decision to resign from this place is to leave your phone number with the person who follows you and to let them know that you're always there should they need your advice, but only if they want your advice. So I'm going to resign as a senator once my replacement's chosen. I expect that'll happen at some point towards the middle of the year.
Just on the future of the Greens Senator Natale, do you foresee an alliance with Labor potentially after the next election?
Look, what we know is in 2010 the laws of electoral arithmetic meant that there was no other choice for the Labor Party to come to some arrangement with the Greens. I've always believed in cooperative politics. I've always believed that the best way we're going to achieve things in this place is by working, across party lines to get things done. And you only need to look at climate change, which has been a catastrophic failure. In my time in this place, I think of all the good things that we've achieved. Look, we took on marriage equality before anyone else wanted to take on that fight. And I was so proud as leader to be in here and to see marriage equality become law. We've now got a national anti-corruption watchdog passing with the support of the Senate. It was the Greens for decades who have been leading the charge on that. I think of the Banking Royal Commission. Again, the Greens are driving force behind that. The Royal Commission into the disability sector, taken on some hard stuff, medicinal cannabis, and drug law reform. Things that in this parliament never get discussed, and I've been really proud to be able to take them on and have the courage to tackle hard issues and treating things like drug abuse as a health issue. But I've got to say, being here as a new senator and in 2011 working with the Labor Party to achieve a price on carbon, the Clean Energy Finance Corporation, the Australian Renewable Energy Agency, which endure today, rolling out billions of dollars into renewable energy projects, that was a sign. It was the one bright moment in a decade of climate denialism and political manoeuvring. So I was really proud to be a senator and to see those laws passed, and I feel that there is a significant shift within the Australian community. There's a big shift in momentum here. The climate crisis is now front and centre in everyone's thinking, and I feel optimistic and confident that we can get there again.